Hi, I am Chris and I adhere to academic integrity and ethical use of AI in presenting this issue. What is walkability? Walkability was associated with the word urban planning. More specifically, walkability focused more on the pathways that can give comfort to the people that were walking. This concept includes designing pathways that can effectively distribute the number of people that were traveling. In other words, walkability was a great planning tool to solve congestion in an area. The importance of walkability in building a community or a school was mostly driven by the safety concerns. We want our roads to be safe from accidents like vehicular collisions, stampedes, falling debris due to a disaster, and sanitation. In this way, space or consideration on how wide the pathways were the primary concerns in the walkability of the area like school. In the public K-12 schools in the Philippines, school congestion was also the problem. The school congestion was mostly evident in the urban areas of the Philippines. Based from the action of DepEd last 2015, there were two criteria that they were looking for if the school was congested. First criteria were each classroom were holding more than 56 students. And the second criteria were each students were given less than 3 square meters of land area or space. Aside from the lack of classrooms due to school congestions, the vulnerability to hazards like falling debris during an earthquake was also a concern, especially for the schools along the Marikina West Valley fault line. It is mandated by the DepEd that there should have adequate spaces for the pathways in the vicinity of the school. The pathways include the main walk, the footpaths, and driveway. The main walk was the pathway from the front gate to the main building, and its width should be at least 3 meters. The footpath were the secondary pathways between zones and buildings in the school, and its width should be 1 or 2 meters. And the driveways were the pathways that serves vehicles in the school, and its width should be at least 3 meters. Since there is a policy on how wide the pathways, the other cause of congestion can be attributed to the lack of consideration on the school capacity when making housing projects, according to the Second Congressional Commission on Education. So I propose a policy on the national standard for housing projects to consider the capacity of the schools nearby to hold the new students. The parameters for categorizing the school congestion will be used in this. The policy was intended for the DHSUD or Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development Division Office to coordinate the population of resettlement students to the DepEd's Division Office. The acquisition of additional land for the school nearby must be secured before letting these people to settle in. This policy will help in the habit of the housing planners to always consider the in-depth educational needs of the resettled people in that place. It also mandates that educational needs must be fulfilled together with other necessities when resettling those people. So far, there is no policy that I have found regarding the inclusion of school capacity as the major qualification before letting the people to move in the housing projects.